Yo, this is Lil RJ with another video. I just want to give my thoughts on No Way Out, the pay-per-view event last night. It was a pretty good pay-per-view event, according to in my estimations, you know. You had some pretty good matches on the card, and you had stuff that just didn't belong on this card, and, well, I'll get to that in a minute. First, we had the pre-show. Pre-show was pretty good. Brodus Clay and David Otunga. Obviously, I think this program might continue, for David Otunga to chicken out and get DQ'd. I mean, not DQ'd, but get counted out. So I think there might be a program that might have another match next pay-per-view event, which will be pretty good because now you have Brodus Clay in a legitimate feud, and maybe they'll do something with him in the Big Show too. So we just have to wait and see. But yeah, my thoughts on this was it was good. It was good. It wasn't amazing or anything like that, but it was good. Then we had Epico and Primo and a backstage segment with Epico, Primo, Rosa Mendez and AEW, basically telling Epico and Primo and Rosa they're like complaining to AEW about not cashing in their 30-day rematch clause for the tag team championships, which jumpstarts to a story later on the night, which I thought was pretty good. And in my opinion, pay-per-views need to be kind of like this again. We had heel turns and stuff like that. They do more like that. But anyway, yeah, pre-show was pretty good. Yeah, it totally led up to stuff that happened later on in the pay-per-view event. That was good. Opening match we had was Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus. Match didn't get enough time for me. It was like it was 15 minutes, maybe 15 to 20. World Championship match is supposed to be like 30 minutes. Obviously, WWE. It looks like WWE really doesn't care about the World Heavyweight Championship right now. But whatever's whatever. Sheamus beats Dolph Ziggler. Like I told everybody else, I thought Ziggler had a chance. He never had a chance. Sheamus is going to keep the championship until Wade Barrett comes back. I do believe Wade Barrett will cash it in on Sheamus. I think he will win the Money in the Bank next month. And I do believe he will cash it in on Sheamus. Maybe the night after, maybe the night of, or maybe SummerSlam. He might cash it in on Sheamus. However the case will be, Sheamus will not lose the World Heavyweight Championship to Dolph Ziggler, not to Alberto Del Rio, not to anybody else he faces until he crosses up with Wade Barrett. Or maybe Randy Orton. Maybe he might whine and bitch his way into the World Heavyweight Championship again, but that's a different story. Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler was good, but the value of it happening over and over again on Raw and SmackDown just took away from the match for me. But it was a good match. It wasn't a 5-star classic, though. I'd give it a 4, maybe 4 or 3. Now I just want to see what they're going to do with Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, because they're teasing the tension on WWE.com. Well, Jack Swagger, how he react to what happened to him last week, they're teasing that and all that crap for the night's Raw. And they're also teasing the Zack Ryder homecoming tonight. If you're a Zack Ryder fan, that should be pretty interesting. But anyway, yeah, this match, Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus, was pretty good. But like I said before, being to the fact that we've seen this a couple of times already took away from the match for me, at least. So let's move on to another match. Santino Marella versus Ricardo Rodriguez. They could have very well had this match on Raw. It didn't need to be on this pay-per-view event. Santino, this is what, I fear of. WWE they're not using the United States Championship like they should. They just have Santino Marella doing stuff like this. When you have guys like, I don't know, like a Derek Bateman or a Percy Watson or a Tyson Kidd or somebody who can challenge for the United States Championship, or Kurt Hawkins or Tyler Rex, or, Dean Ambrose could come and debut and beat Santino up. I mean, you can have that, but WWE is not doing that. They have Santino. I know he's your comedy guy. And you like him, the fans like him, I like him too. Santino Marella came a long way with me. But, WWE, he's your United States champion. value that United States champion. Value him as the United States champion. Instead of having him being fed to Alberto Del Rio and the Big Show and the rest of those guys, and have him be a champion. Instead of just a man that's just walking around with a title around his waist. Because anybody can do that. I can buy a title from Walmart and wear it around my waist. Doesn't mean I'm the United States champion. So, value Santino Marella as champion. WWE. The next match we had was Christian versus Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship. This match is good. This match is very good. About time WWE actually let Christian hit a spear on somebody. I mean, my God, every time Christian goes for a spear, they drop kick him in the mouth. But this match is good. It was a little bit better than an Over the Limit match. Just a little bit, because that match Over the Limit was pretty good for like a kind of like a last minute thing. It was good. Christian and Cody Rhodes definitely have some good chemistry. This match is good. I want to see what they're going to do with Cody Rhodes now and with Christian both. Who's going to challenge Christian for the title, whether that be in Jinder Mahal or Unico or Camacho. Hell, Camacho. Who else? Drew McIntyre. Maybe this can be the stepping stone to his success. Maybe Ted DiBiase might come back and beat him for the championship. I mean, let's see what's going to happen next. I just can't wait. As long as they don't do anything stupid. I mean, hell, even a rematch between these two at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, you know, that would be pretty good, because they have legitimacy and, you know, you have, you know, some prestige added back to the Intercontinental Championship. So this would be good if this feud continues, but I'm also looking for something else new, or at least a new player into the game. So no complaints. And next we had a Divas title match. Beth Phoenix versus Layla. This match is pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the best. It wasn't amazing. But, you know, it was pretty good. Layla picks up the victory into the road of her dominance as the Divas champion. My question is now with WWE, since you kind of showed them heel Divas, who are you going to use now? Because, I mean, Kelly's gone. Beth Phoenix, she done beat Beth Phoenix twice already. You're jobbing Natalya to women off in NXT, and, you know, we have Natalya not doing anything. Tamina, she's on NXT every week. Caitlyn doesn't even really wrestle, but it's set on NXT every week. Maxine, we haven't seen from her or wrestle her. But yeah, that would be a pretty good feud. I could actually see that, Layla and Maxine. But I'm just looking forward to whoever they have for Layla next. Because, you know, it better, you know, it doesn't need to be Beth Phoenix again. Natalya, that'd be pretty good if they actually build Natalya up from now till the next pay-per-view event. So, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen next. Then, Triple H has his in-ring segment. I missed this part, so, but, I read some reports while I missed this. And, well, it said Triple H challenged Brock Lesnar to a match at SummerSlam. I'm kind of confused. I don't know who's going to win this matchup. I'm kind of trying to give my early prediction, but I can't think about it right now. I just have to keep on watching Raw and SmackDown to see who I think will win this matchup. But, you know, Brock Lesnar, we all know how mad he gets when he doesn't get his way. And Triple H, we all know how he is. So, I just want to know who's going to win this match. This is Clash of the Egos right here. So, we just have to see who's going to win this matchup, because I cannot wrap my finger around who's going to win this one. The next, we had the WWE Championship match. The match of the night for me, anyways. We had CM Punk versus Kane versus Daniel Bryan. And kind of throughout the night, you had AJ skipping around, you know, backstage, giving all three of the guys, you know, good luck, kisses and all that stuff. But Kane, he got the biggest one. So, I mean, obviously, you know, they got Kane thinking that, you know, AJ really loves him now. So, I mean, my goodness, you know. That'd be pretty good. That'd be the fourth woman added to Kane's, you know, history of relationships. So, good thing they keeping that old tradition running. But anyways, this match was good. Very, very good. This was amazing. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, you know, Kane, some good spots in this matchup. And I know I skipped the match, so I'm going back to it afterwards. But anyway, this match was awesome. It was good. I just can't wait to see what they're going to do with Kane next. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and AJ, this whole thing between them four. This is interesting. And to me, this should have been the match that left us, that the WWE should have left us off with tonight. Well, last night actually. But yes, WWE should definitely have this match be the main event because this had a whole lot of story going into it. Even though the main event, the actual main event, did have a whole lot of story going into it, going back from the last pay-per-view event. But I get to that end. But the end came where AJ came rushing down to the ring, and Kane bumps her, knocks her off the apron, and Kane loses his focus. He looks to AJ, and Punk picks him up and GTS's him. After the match, however, Punk celebrating, and Daniel Bryan, to me, Daniel Bryan was nowhere in sight in this matchup. I seen him like maybe once, or maybe twice, maybe 3 times in this thing. But it looked like it was a one-on-one contest between Kane and Punk the whole entire time. And but it was still a good match though. But yeah, after the match, Kane, picks up AJ, walks up to the ramp. AJ just turns around and gives this psychotic smile to CM Punk, and CM Punk smiles back. And all the commentators like, what? Booker T's like, what the hell? And what's going on and all that, and King's like, whoa, you seen that? And Cole's like, hey, this girl is really psycho. So we have to see I just want to see what's going to go on next, because this thing is starting to get interesting to me. I mean, it was already interesting to me, but this got me digging deeper now. They're digging deeper, and I'm digging deeper with them. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this next. I just can't. Oh, and then the match I skipped was the Fatal 4-Way match, which was another good match, a very good match. WWE, you need to include tag teams in pay-per-view events all of the time. Whether just number 1 contender matches or actual title matches for the titles. But you need to do this more often, WWE, because Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, number 4, I'm a fan of all 4 of these tag teams anyway. Epico, Primo, I love those 2. Darren and Titus, I love those 2 too. They have a whole lot of charisma. Even though it's just really Titus. Darren Young, he's just riding his cocktail, if you ask me. But, coattail, excuse me. Then you had Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. They're a good tag team. Very, very good tag team. They have good chemistry already. And the Usos, best chemistry out of them all. But, this match was good. The ending came when Tyson Kidd, amazingly, just took in Hurricanrana, Primo, I do believe, into the stack and a group of the rest of the participants in the match, which was amazing. I was like, whoa, Tyson Kidd, definitely he needs to be on more pay-per-view events if he's going to do moves like that. And AEW kind of walks to the way of the group of stacks of people. Darren Young, he's still in the ring, like woozing and wheezing, I guess. And AEW just walks over and puts Primo in the ring. And Darren Young picks him up and just boom, as if he's being fed to Darren Young. And then after Darren Young gets the pinfall 1, 2, 3, AW comes in the ring and just raises Titus O'Neil and Darren Young's hand. And I'm like, what the hell? And then Booker T's like, what the hell? What's going on? AW's a crook. And then, I'm like, whoa. This is good. This right here is good. This is what I've been waiting on. This is what I've been waiting on. Something like this to happen. And, it happened tonight. AW left his mark on Primo and Epico, and he dumped those suckers. That was good. That was real good, WWE. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this tonight. Primo and Epico are going to get their revenge. Rosa Mendes looked hot as hell out there tonight. She always looks hot as hell, but she had to get that one for me. But anyways, this was kind of like one of the segments of the night for me. Matches of the night, too. This is like the 3rd best match of this card tonight. Oh, then we had Sin Cara and Unico. I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to see that a bunch of times. And then we have the main events. John Cena and Big Show, pretty good. Not really the best match for me. But it falls behind the tag match, the Fatal 4-Way match. That was okay. But John Cena, however, does pick up the victory. And now John Laurinaitis is fired. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this next. I just can't wait to see what WWE is going to do with everything. All these storylines will happen tonight. I can't wait to see what WWE is going to do to top that, if they can top it. And another thing for Amazing Red fans, he had got WWE have got to sign Amazing Red to a contract. This is all the time I have. This is Lord Arjun with another video, and I am out. Peace.